The objective today is to continue writing ratios, but now we're going to use these ratios to make predictions, to find some unknown situation. Okay. During Christmas, a bookstore sold 72 books. If the ratio of books to bookmarks, okay, so we're going to be given two things that we're comparing, books, and I'm going to say marks for short, was 9 to 2. Okay, so for every 9 books, there are 2 bookmarks. How many bookmarks did the store sell? Okay, so we're going to start with that ratio that they give us. So for books, for every 9 books, there are 2 bookmarks. Okay. But in the original problem, it says we have to get all the way up to 72 books. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with this relationship. Every time I have 9 more books, I'm going to have 2 more bookmarks. Okay, so the books, I'm going to go up by 9 each time, but the bookmarks will only go up by 2. Okay, every time I have 9 books, I'm going to have 2 more bookmarks. Okay, so if I have 18 books, I would have 4 bookmarks. Okay, now I'm going to continue going until I get up to this magical number, 72 books in the top. Okay, so 27 plus 9 would be 36. Plus 9 would be 45. Plus 9 would be 54. Plus 9 would be 63. Plus 9 would be 72. Oh, that's the number that I want. Okay, so I have to use the pattern of adding 9 in the top and in the bottom. Every time I have 9 more books, I'm going to have 2 more bookmarks. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 would be 6. And I'm going to continue this pattern of adding 2. Okay, so when I get all the way up to 72 books, how many bookmarks do I now have? Well, I got to check the bottom of this table. I have 16 bookmarks. Okay, so that's one way to look at these ratio problems. We know the relationship. We could continue that relationship in the table until we get the correct number that we're looking for. So 72 books corresponds to 16 bookmarks. Okay, eventually I want you to get to the point where you recognize, how do we get from 9 to 72? We multiply by 8. So we could do the same to that denominator. Okay, but today we're going to practice using a table. Okay, so we're going to do 4 together, and then I'll have you guys try one. So a fast food restaurant sold 35 burgers with cheese. Ratio of burgers sold with cheese compared to without cheese. So those are the two things we're comparing. With cheese to no cheese. So you can say cheeseburgers to regular burgers. Okay, so we're going to make a table. All right, cheeseburgers to regular burgers. Okay, cheeseburgers is mentioned first. The number 7 is mentioned first. So 7 is with the cheeseburgers. 3 is with the regular burgers. Okay? And it says we're going to continue this relationship until we get to 35 burgers with cheese. Okay, so that top is going to go up by 7. Every time I have 7 more cheeseburgers, the bottom will go up by 3. I'll have 3 more regular burgers. Okay, so if I have 14 cheeseburgers, 3 plus 3, I'm going to have 6 regular burgers. Okay, every time I have 7 cheeseburgers, okay, so the ratio tells us the relationship, how much they're increasing by. I have 3 more regular burgers. So this would be 21 to 9. Next one would go up by 7, would be 28. Now I'm going to continue to the top because I'm looking for that number, 35. 28 plus 7, oh, I'm there already, 35. The bottom's going up by 3, so 9 plus 3 would be 12. 12 plus 3 would be 15. Okay, so when I get to that number, 35, how many regular burgers do I have? I have 15 regular burgers. Okay, now this says how many they sold in total. Okay, so sometimes they may want you to add that up. Today I'm interested in you being able to complete this table. Okay, so 35 cheeseburgers and 15 regular burgers. An ice cream shop has a ratio of sugar cones sold to waffle cones. Okay, so that's what we're comparing, sugar cones to waffle. That's what I'm going to have in my table, sugar cones to waffle cones. It's 6 to 5. Okay, so 6 corresponds with sugar cones. That's written first. 5 is for waffle cones. I have to continue my table until I get to 42 sugar cones. That's the magic number that I'm looking for. Okay, so the top of my table is going to increase by 6. Every time the sugar cones go up by 6, the waffle cones will go up by 5. Okay, so I'm going to continue the top, the sugar cones, until I get to 42. Okay, so it's really helpful to know your multiplication, your 6 times tables. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. That's the one that we're looking for. Okay, so every time I add 6 to the top, I'm going to add 5 to the bottom. So the bottom's going to go up by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, so if I have 42 sugar cones, I would have 35 waffle cones. The answer there is 35. Okay, we have 2 more to do together. At a summer camp, the ratio of boys to girls, I always like to write that fraction on the side because next time we'll show a kind of a shortcut way of doing these problems. Okay, so in my table, I'm comparing boys to girls. Okay. Boys corresponds with the number 5 because they're written first. Girls corresponds with the number 4 because they're written first. I can say for every 5 boys, there are 4 girls. So if there were 10 boys, there would be 8 girls. I have to keep going with my table. I'm trying to get up to the number 40 for girls. Okay, so I'm looking for girls. I'm going to continue going up by 4 until I get to the number 40. 4, 8, 12. I might have to write small here. 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Okay, so if there are 40 girls, I'm figuring out how many boys there are. Every time I add 4 girls, I'm adding 5 boys. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There will be 50 boys. Okay, and again, next time we're going to talk about how you're getting from, oops, I went a little too far. That first number to that last number. To get from 4 to 40, you're multiplying by 10. So if you do the same to the top, 5 times 10, then you'll get 50. Okay, while completing a race, Ned spent 63 minutes walking. If his ratio of time walking to jogging, okay, I'm comparing walking to jogging, was 9 to 1. I set up my table, time spent walking to jogging. For every 9 minutes walking, he jogged for 1 minute. And I have to continue this table until I get up to 63 minutes walking. Okay. Again, every time the walking goes up by 9, the jogging will go up by 1. So 9, 18, 9 times 3 is 27. 36. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 5, 45, 54, and 63. That's the number I'm looking for. And then the bottom's only going to go up by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he'll walk for 63 minutes, and he'll jog for 7 minutes. Okay, and here's one for you to try out. Okay, you're going to write the ratio. Okay, so give me a key of the two things you're comparing. But then complete this problem, please, using a table. Please pause the video and try it out. Okay, so you're comparing the games Henry won to how many his friend won. You're comparing Henry's wins to his friend wins. For every 9 wins that Henry gets, his friend gets 4 wins. Okay, so if Henry won 18 games, for example, his friend would win 8 games. Every time the top increases by 9, the bottom will increase by 4. Okay, that's the relationship for a ratio. And we want to keep going until the friend wins 28 times. Okay, so for the friend, I'm going to continue that pattern of adding 4. 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. That's the number I'm looking for. Okay, for Henry, I'm going to go up by 9. 9, 18, 27. A lot of 9 times tables showed up in this one. Okay, so when Henry's friend wins 28 times, Henry will win 63 times. Okay, if you still have time, you're going to go through and you're going to review these notes until time is up.